Colleagues, it's great to be back in Cork. Very important place for me and in my life. I'm a proud Tipperary man, as you all know, but Cork is where I cut my political teeth, and I know many of you down there are very aware of that. It's where I was politically socialised, having established the Jim Kimmy branch in UCC and became an organiser for the party. Indeed, I recall many meetings of the infamous Blarney Street branch in Cork North Central, and as we say up in Tipperary, they were fairly lively meetings, to say the least. I also recall the impact that Toddy O'Sullivan had on me during those years when I was here, and it's great to see you here tonight, Toddy, amongst us. Colleagues, it's time to address the future of our party, the Labour Party, the party I was born into, that's very much in my very DNA. I've served the party all my life as Chair of Labour Youth, on multiple national committees, across multiple constituencies wherever I lived throughout the country, in Cork and in Dublin, latterly in Tipperary, obviously, before I ever became a public representative and being proud to be a Senator, TD, MEP, and indeed now a Minister. What has motivated me to be active in Labour politics is equality. I've always believed that money shouldn't be the medium by which access to education and healthcare is decided. It's still what motivates me today. I'm proud of our party, I'm proud of our achievements in government. And I think, colleagues, it's critically important that we retain those achievements and don't allow Fine Gael or anyone else to take them off us. In my own ministry, I'm particularly proud I'm the person who will bring a public bike scheme to this city in the coming months, as well as completely, once and for all, redeveloping Kent Station, making it an integral part of the city. I'm also proud of the fact that I'm bringing really fantastic tourism infrastructure across Waterford and Kerry in the form of greenways. I'm proud that we ensured that this country exited the bailout and didn't end up in a second one, the consequences of which, colleagues, was very real. And I know that. As the person in charge of CIE, I would have been facing into potentially at least the part privatisation of CIE, which I wouldn't have been able to stomach. Proud that the budgetary adjustments have been 1.4 to 1 in spending cuts versus taxation measures, despite the desire of Fine Gael for it to be 3 to 1. Proud that we've protected social welfare rates and wages. Proud that 75,000 more people at work and we've the lowest unemployment rate in over 5 years. And proud that we'll have a marriage equality referendum in the next year. However, colleagues, that is the past. It is over. We now need to concentrate on the future. There is no point in going around and saying it would be much worse if Labour were not in government. We in this room know that. It is true. However, it doesn't matter and people don't care. They are more worried about what's in their pockets at the end of each week, and the recent elections show that. Politics is a human endeavour, and because it is, we make mistakes, and we in the Labour Party in government have made mistakes. Because of those mistakes, we have lost many fine councillors, some of whom sit here amongst us tonight. I know these people. They're very much my colleagues, they're even my friends, and it upsets me and makes me mad that they're in this situation. When I think of those mistakes, I think of the handling of the water metering, the scandalous way in which the medical card review was handled, and the way in which we managed multiple Fine Gael ministerial controversies. Colleagues, there is a difference between being successful in government and successful in politics. We have been successful in government. We have not been successful in politics. Perception is important in politics, and there is a discourse, a very conversation about the Labour Party at this moment that is not just damaging us, but is threatening our very future, and we collectively need to fight this. The word that is on everyone's lips at the moment is austerity. We have potentially 21 months to change that around to future prosperity. On top of my agenda is to deliver for working families, working people, and those looking for work. Colleagues, our party, the Labour Party, has to put a premium on work. We have to look after those who get up in the morning and go out and do a good, honest day's work. We need to deliver for workers to make sure that they don't have to worry literally about making ends meet at the end of every week. Also, support and education is at the core of the Labour Party. And we need to deliver on fair access to education for all. And I know how important this is. I am the product of the decision of the Labour Party to introduce third-level fees in the early 1990s. For our workers, we need to ensure that our commitments on collective bargaining legislation will be seen through. And also, from an ethics point of view, this government, once and for all, must ensure that anyone who is in receipt of public monies can be and will be held to account, including in front of the houses of the Oireachtas. Politically, we need to take the fight to our political opponents, and I know we are up to it. These people are against everything and for nothing. We have to reposition ourselves with our colleagues in government. Put simply, if I am Labour Deputy Leader, every single major decision will be Labour-proofed or it will not happen. In 2016, we must not seek a new mandate based solely on our record in government. There will be an economic dividend from the hard decisions of recent years. Our job as a party is to set out how we want to invest that dividend, and we must invest in and prioritise those that have made the most sacrifices in recent years. That's why we must commit to running as an independent party in the next election on a platform of proposals that relate to Labour values. We must combine this with activism. Where Connolly used arms, we must use activism, the core of everything we do. We must reorganise the party along those lines. We're at our strongest when we work together. We need a fresh start, and this will be a huge task. Some say it will be an impossible task, but I look around this room. I'm used to impossible tasks. In this very city, I was told 5 years ago that I wouldn't become an MEP. But working with everyone in this room, I made sure it happened, and we all made sure it happened for the first time in 30 years. Colleagues, I ask you, if you want a person who will stand up for you in the coalface, if you want someone who will keep his eye on the ball and protect Labour interests, then please, each and every one of you, trust me with your vote. I am passionate about the Labour Party. But most of all, I'm a person of conviction. Colleagues, what I say is what I believe in, and what I believe in is what I do. Thank you.